the Real Estate You podcast with Lettiann.
Welcome back to Real Estate You with Lettiann, Season 5 in the kitchen. And today I have with me Robyn Stevens, who is a Feng Shui consultant. She's going to fill us in on what is Feng Shui, what are some of the misconceptions of Feng Shui. But first, she's going to be making her very famous linguine with clam sauce. So welcome, Robyn.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Great. So is there a story behind the linguine and clam sauce?
Well, I don't know if it's not that big of a story, but my dad, we don't know if he created it or if somebody gave it to him, but it's something that he's been cooking for us for probably 50 years. I've been cooking it for 30. It's like a family staple. But the best thing about it is you can have all the ingredients in your pantry, and it's one of those meals that if you don't have anything on the docket, just come home and throw it together.
I love it. Let's get started with linguine and clam sauce with Robyn. But while you're getting that going, I'd like to know what is Feng Shui?
So the official definition of Feng Shui, it's the art and science of harmonizing your surroundings. And really what that means is your home is like a 3D living, breathing vision board. Whatever you put in your home and what you surround yourself with are the things that you call to yourself. So, and everything counts, from the color on the walls to how clean your house is to the artwork on the walls. And I'm just kind of like a Feng Shui detective. I go into people's homes and figure out what environmental things could be holding them back.
Very cool. Let's talk more about that, but we're going to get started with the linguine and clam sauce.
Yeah. So this is such an easy recipe. Anybody can do it. We just start off with a little bit of oil, and we got that pan going. And we're gonna let that get warm for just a second, and then we're gonna throw in the garlic, and we'll let the garlic simmer for about 3 minutes.
So while you're doing that, let me ask you, so there are, I think, some misconceptions about Feng Shui. What are some of those things that you hear about?
So I have been a practitioner of Feng Shui for 20 years, and I've studied it, and I've done it professionally for 10. I've heard everything. You know, it's not a religion. It's actually rooted in art and science. It's not a passing fad. Feng Shui's been around for thousands of years. It's just taken a really long time to get to the Western world, and especially to our little part of the world, because everything takes longer to get to us. And it's not magic, though. When you combine Feng Shui action and your intentions, that's when magical results seem to happen. And I've seen everything from unexpected huge checks in the mail, new jobs, promotions, love connections, just everything.
Don't ever just have a one-night stand. One night stand is what I meant. I emphasized the wrong word. I know that's a joke.
Yeah.
Robyn, it's not a joke. Actually, it's a true Feng Shui thing. Right. We spoke about that. Robyn was a guest on a previous season, and someone had brought that to my attention when I was single, just like, I'm not really connecting with people. And my friend said, how many nightstands do you have in your bedroom? And I'm like, 1. She's like, oh no.
Yeah, that's a great way to maybe attract Mr. or Ms. Right now instead of Mr. or Ms. Right.
Well, I found Mr. Right because, but I did get that second nightstand, and come to think of it, that did all work out. So kudos to Jack. He's an amazing husband. Too bad he's not on the show. He is out working today. But let's go. We're going to add the garlic now.
Yep, got the garlic in, and I just realized I forgot the butter, but that's an easy fix. We're just gonna throw it in. So just a little bit of butter. I think it's like maybe a tablespoon. And you know, I am a cook that I have to have a recipe, and I follow the recipe to the nth degree. But this one, I've been doing it for so long, it's just like I eyeball everything. So hopefully it's about a tablespoon.
Yep, good. And
we'll
do a tilt for us. Okay.
Yeah, and you can just see everything's melting and getting all juicy. And did we see that?
Yep. So while that butter is melting, I want you to know you can reach Robyn, or you can connect with Robyn or ask her questions. Connect with her on Facebook, Robyn Stevens, Stevens, Feng Shui, and then that would be Robyn Stevens, StevensFengShui.com for her website. If you have any questions about our podcast or this episode or any other episode, you can send your questions to our email, and that is realestateyou, you as in university, realestateyou with Lettiann at Lettiann.com.
Perfect. So I love that we're doing this in the kitchen.
Yay.
Because the kitchen is the heart of the home. And It's one of the places that we always emphasize, or I always emphasize when I'm doing an initial consultation, because not only is it the heart of the home, it's where we nourish our families, where we break bread together. If you think about when you have company, where does everybody end up? The kitchen,
Always.
right? Always. But it's also the seat of health and wealth in our homes. And our stove is the biggest symbol for wealth in our lives. So, with the stove, ideally, sorry, while this is kind of percolating, ideally when we're at the stove, we want to be cooking like this, but frankly, most builders don't build that way. Usually, we're built like this, and our back is to the rooms. So
if I interject, because I'm married to a builder, the thing is, oftentimes when a cooktop, because generally this giant unit isn't taking up the whole island, but it's either the sink or a cooktop.
Correct.
So you're either back washing or back stirring.
Correct.
But there's probably Feng Shui builders out there who could.
Well, and the great thing is, this is an easy fix. Yeah. So I'm never going to come to your home and say, "Oh my God, this is horrible Feng Shui," and then leave you hanging. There's ways we can adjust the energy. So it's super easy. You're standing at the stove, and the thing about it is your subconscious does not like that. It feels very vulnerable.
Right.
And so you're going to find yourself cooking like this anyway, because you want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
But an easy fix is to have something in front of you that has like a reflective surface. Think a mirror or like a teapot, that especially a really bright stainless steel one, because you can see people in the reflection in the pot, and so people can't sneak up on you. Yeah, and it's probably better over here, and even here you can see in the reflection of the pot, you can see things behind us.
If the producer's creeping up on me? Right.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we don't want that. And and you'll appreciate, I think, this reference. It's getting a little dated now, but I just always like to say, would Tony Soprano ever be standing there cooking with not being able to see what's behind him? Then you shouldn't either.
Love it. No,
Yeah.
I love that. And my brother, shout out to David Magentel. He was Tony Soprano's Junior's football coach in The Sopranos.
No way.
David Magentel. Shout out.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So this has been percolating for about 3 minutes. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to add the parsley. And you can use fresh parsley if you want to. I just use dry most of the time unless I've got the fresh. And the recipe just says a lot. So just throw in a lot, which usually I do about a 1/4 cup.
Beautiful.
And then you just let that sit and kind of let it saute for about 3 minutes. So I'll let that kind of do its thing.
While that's doing its thing, you had the opportunity somewhat to walk about, maybe look at a few things in my home. How do I rate on the Feng Shui? Now, Robyn's never been here before, and granted, we've got a lot of producers and lighting and several cameramen and whatnot. How do I rate?
How's your Feng Shui?
How's my Feng Shui?
How's your Feng Shui? So I get asked that all the time, and the first thing I want to say is, I don't know, just by walking in, because I don't put my Feng Shui hat on or open my Feng Shui eyes unless you've hired me to do that, because frankly, people are so worried about me judging them, I would never be invited anywhere. But secondly, there's so much more to that question. So in Feng Shui, the only hard and fast rule we have is don't fix it if it isn't broke. And I would want to know, how's the relationship with your husband? You just said some wonderful things, so that sounds like that's going well. How's business? How are your bank accounts? Are they growing? Are there kids in the house? I want to know what's working and what's not working before I weigh in on how is your Feng Shui. But what I will say, when I walked in here, it feels great. You've got all these beautiful natural elements. There's so much science about bringing nature into the home.
Okay.
You've got live plants, the stone walls, the wooden beams. So it's just, the balance of the things that you've brought in is really, really lovely.
Good. I would like to get on the schedule for a consult, because I would like to know more.
Okay.
And again, if you'd like to know more about Robyn and Feng Shui, please visit Robyn on Facebook, Robyn Stevens Feng Shui on the Facebook page, and robynstevens.fengshui.com for her website.
Yep.
So please connect with Robyn. Tell me, you had mentioned something about a mirror in the bedroom.
That's another common question. When people think they know things about Feng Shui, one of the things I always get is like, you don't put a mirror in the bedroom. Well,
you say that or they say that?
They say that.
Okay.
So you can put a mirror in the bedroom. You just want to make sure that it's not, while you're laying in your bed, you don't want to be able to see your image. Your subconscious doesn't like that. It kind of gets into a fight or flight mode. It can't distinguish the fact that it sees itself. It's almost like it sees a stranger.
So you could wake up and scare yourself.
Exactly.
So, okay, with that being said, not scaring yourself, but in the bedroom, no pictures of kids or grandkids.
Right.
Woo! I tell people that all the time. They're like, no, I
Yeah.
have to see them. And I'm like, not in the bedroom. So
Well, and
that's the only two things I know.
That's a
about
biggie. That is a biggie because, I just wrote a blog about this. That your bedroom is all about you and your honey. That's the only energy should be in there. It's all about intimacy and sleep. And I remember walking into a consultation one time, and I may have told you this last time when I walked in, and I said, so you guys, you don't have sex anymore. And she's like, how do you know? I said, who are all these people lined up on your dresser looking at your bed? And she's like, well, that's everybody that's ever died in our lives.
Oh my word.
And so it's almost like, in order to be vulnerable, to be intimate, you can't have all those eyeballs staring at you. And furthermore, a lot of times the things that partners fight about, or the people that they fight about, tend to be the people that are in their bedrooms and in their space, whether it's in-laws, kids, pets. So the only eyeballs should be you and your honey, and it should be a good current picture, not with you and your partner 50 years ago, at your wedding. It should be current pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love this stuff. Love this stuff. If you love what you're seeing, again, connect with Robyn. We are making her family's Linguine and Clam Sauce today. So it smells so good in here, the garlic, everything.
Yeah, and then just a pinch of oregano, not much.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. See, isn't this easy? I mean, we're almost done.
Whoa.
And then here's the really, really good stuff. It's the clams, just 2 cans or like 6.5 ounces per can.
Any preferred brand or any, do we look for chopped clams?
These are chopped, but I'll be honest, I prefer minced. I just couldn't find them.
Oh, minced, okay.
Yeah,
Minced.
I like the smaller bites myself, but
Yeah.
this is, I think, more about personal preference.
Gotcha.
So we just put these in, and then you're done. You have made the clam sauce. So normally what I do, I will make this, and then I'll go on to do my vegetables, to make my pasta, and I let it sit and just simmer for, as long as it takes.
I imagine it might even thicken up a little bit.
It really doesn't.
Oh, it okay.
Doesn't. But I like it when it's been going a little bit longer, but you don't have to. I mean, truly only about 5 minutes, and the flavors all come together. My favorite thing to do with this, from a vegetable point, you can do a salad, or here, let's give everybody a little beauty.
Oh, that looks
isn't that pretty?
Amazing. Wow, there is a lot of parsley. That looks good.
Yeah.
Good.
But my favorite thing to do is roast some broccoli, and then it gets all crunchy, and then you throw the linguine and the clam sauce in the bowl, and you put the broccoli on top, and it soaks up all the juice. So yummy.
Yeah, good. So do you roast your broccoli in the oven? Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. So good.
Probably my favorite veggie.
Love it.
Yeah. So we'll just let that sit for a minute, and then we're pretty much done. All we got to do is pull the pasta in.
What other things can you tell us? I mean, there's so much to know about Feng Shui. We'll never get that in the remaining 5 minutes. What do you love most about what you do?
It's life-changing for so many people. A lot of times people are feeling stuck and they don't know why. And simply by taking control of your space, if you're an adult, don't live like a college student. And I'm not saying go out and spend a ton of money, but make your bed, pick your clothes up off the floor. Maybe start to think about changing out the furniture from your college days to something a little bit more professional. It's the start. And I don't even know how to describe it. And it just sounds, there's just nothing better than being able to help people shift their lives just through applying the Feng Shui discipline and the techniques.
And I imagine you get really intimate. I mean, because people will have to share intimate things with you in order to get the real answers or the truth or your opinion, and that's what they're hiring you for.
They do. And I like to tell people, when I come into your home, I'm not judging your things. Everything I talk to you about is from a Feng Shui point of view. It's all about, and sometimes it's the simplest things like moving a plant or switching pictures out, into different places of the home can just change the vibe, move the molecules, as my girlfriend says.
Having you here has changed our vibe. I'm loving it so much having Robyn here. We're on the final steps of her Linguine and Clam Sauce, but I do want to tell you, Robyn had said when we started this episode, hey, I love that we're doing this in the kitchen this season. And the why behind that supports exactly what you said for Feng Shui. The heart of the home is the kitchen. So for real estate, everyone, master bedroom, master bath, and kitchen. I would say the kitchen even comes before master bedroom and master bath when it comes to real estate. So, and everybody congregates, no matter how small the kitchen. Everyone, if you're having a gathering, everyone gathers in the kitchen.
Everyone.
Even if it's elbow to elbow. So it's just really fun.
Whether you want them there or not.
Right. Very good. May I help you with this?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to reconstitute the pasta we had cooked previously quickly.
And it's okay if there's water in there.
Okay, good. So just pour that right in there?
Pour it right in.
Okay, got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then just stir this all up.
I'm just gonna bring these bowls over here.
Okay.
If that's good.
I'm gonna grab this little guy. We're gonna mix it up. And again, I would encourage people maybe to just let it sit for maybe 5 minutes, but we're not gonna do that because it smells so yummy.
Well, I'll just bring this to you.
Perfect.
Oh.
Doesn't that look good?
Oh my word, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my gosh, it smells so good in here. I wish you guys were here. Just a reminder, if you like this recipe and the other recipes you're seeing on season 5 of Real Estate You in the Kitchen with Lettiann, please visit our website, lettiann.com/season 5 recipes. I know you had some cheese. Here we are.
Cheese.
And we'll see if Alex can get us going in on this.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. All right, let's give it a try.
Ready?
Oh my gosh. So minced clams, extra virgin olive oil, butter, garlic, parsley.
Salt, pepper.
Boom.
You're done.
That easy. We're gonna go to this camera.
Ready?
So cheers, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of Real Estate You with Lettiann in the Kitchen.
The Real Estate You podcast with Lettiann.